Alright guys, we are back. This is Dark Orbs here for a moment. We're gonna get Abers onto the chat with us. We'll get a member from both teams into the game here, get the lobby formed up, and get things going momentarily. So just bear with me 1 minute, and that will be that. Moment.
Yo.
Hey Abers, onto the chat with
Hey,
us.
how's it going?
Not too bad, just waiting for the semi-finals to be ready to go here.
Okay. And you're gonna be able to run the stream?
Yep.
Excellent. Yo.
Hey Abers.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad, just waiting.
Let's see. Are we still live?
Yes, we are live again.
Okay. So
I'm just going to try and add a member from Zulu here and see if, well, they're still in game, but
okay.
actually, if they're still in game, I should check who's on Tunikun. I thought I had a member of Zulu on my friends list, but I don't. So I'll just wait till they finish up to add somebody, I guess. Unless I can get somebody from To Be Decided. Let's see if they will accept a friend invite from me. Once again, guys, we're just waiting for the quarterfinal games to finish up, and we'll have a semifinal game getting started soon. Looking through our team list here to see if I can find myself a member from To Be Decided. Of course I cannot add more friends. Who do I delete? Who do I delete? I'm sorry,
You're too
guys.
popular.
I'm just removing random names. If I remove you, well, you're offline, so you won't know. So, too bad, I'm sorry.
Okay, while we're waiting, I'm gonna go run and use the bathroom. I should be back in about 2 minutes.
Sounds good. I think we'll be waiting a minute or two longer than that, probably. I don't have any more match reports yet. Once again, guys, we're just waiting for the quarterfinals to finish up here in tonight's open bracket tournament with Not So Stock Gaming. Then we'll have a semi-final game getting started shortly. Alright, we have a member from To Be Decided. Alright, and I got the title updated. It says semifinals. Did it right for once. Everybody congratulate me. Get some hype. Just waiting for a quarterfinal game to finish up here. And then, as per tradition, we'll be following the first winners that we were following in the bracket, which is To Be Decided. It will be To Be Decided versus either Zulu Ninjas or Tunikun Snipers. We alternatively could follow at the bottom of the bracket, where it's OGNTSM Calavini waiting for a game versus Zero Fucks Gaming and the Phoenix Fanboys to finish up. While we're waiting, go ahead and check out our website if you haven't yet. register for a tournament potentially. Once again, we do have the open brackets every Friday night, which attract a larger crowd, while we have our semi-professional tournaments, which are gold through diamond solo queue ratings on Saturdays, and our amateur bracket tournaments, which are bronze through gold.
Alright, I'm back with a fresh brewski and ready to cast some games.
Alright, we do have a report that Zero Fox Gaming has actually lost their quarterfinal match, which means the Phoenix fanboys have advanced to the semifinals.
Okay.
So we are just waiting for Zulu Ninjas and Tunicun Snipers to finish up so that we can stream the match between To Be Decided and their semifinals opponent.
Sounds good.
Hello, I'm a Lego Ninja. Yes, I realize his name is I'm a Lego Ninja, but phonetics, bro. Still waiting for a report between Tunicun Snipers and Zulu Ninjas in their quarterfinal matchup. While our other semifinal matchup is ready to go, we are going to wait for our original winners to be decided, who we've been following since round 3, when they came across FDG.
Yeah, they had that forfeit round 1. Or rather, round 2. Or wherever it was.
Yeah, we had some quick games coming out from those teams. A lot of upset games. Huge throw scores.
Yeah, so far the games have definitely been interesting, but yeah, I think we've had... One of them was actually really close, but I think the other 2 were...
Yeah, the game between DGF or DFG and To Be Decided was quite intense for a while there. It was our closest game so far this tournament. At least that we've followed on stream. We've had some longer games going. I heard some 52, 56 minute matches. While we're waiting, guys, go ahead and check out tonight's Reddit post if you haven't yet. I'll post a link to it into Twitch chat. Go ahead and give that an upvote for us. Get us a few extra viewers. If we reach 100 viewers, we will give a random viewer a mystery skin. It's been in the title all night long. I didn't tell anybody because I'm cool like that. But now you all know. So get us some extra viewers and someone might get a mystery skin. We are just waiting for one more quarterfinal game to finish up here. Can check on that momentarily again, see exactly where they're at. Team Zulu Ninjas versus Tunicon Snipers. Just gonna grab their roster here and put them through LoL Nexus. The game did start around the same time as our other matchups, but again, we've had some games that are closer than others, games that are much longer than others. What have you thought of everything so far, Abers?
Well, I was kind of noting earlier the thing I've been most impressed about, and we've seen some pretty good play across the board, but I think the supports especially have stood out. I mean the recent changes to both the attack speed and the main AD carry items like Bloodthirster, I think have really incentivized some a lot less safe AD carries. We did see a little bit of Corky, who's got his built-in escape, but aside from that, it's mostly been like Twitches and Jinx, and well, I guess Caitlyn and Lucian both have built-in escapes, but I think the meta is shifting a little bit towards relying upon your super protective-based supports. I mean, we've seen Morgana banned many times. We've seen either Braum, either picked or banned in almost every game. We've seen a ton of Thresh paired up with basically everything under the sun. And strangely enough, we've seen a pretty good, it seems to be a pretty strong resurgence of Nami. I mean, perhaps kind of impacted or influenced by her success in Korea, but the Nami bubbles have been on point. So that and don't run Lulu into Ziggs mid lane have been my two takeaways from tonight.
Oh, that Ziggs matchup earlier.
Yes. Yeah, that actually...
sorry.
Oh, no, I was just... We saw it twice in a row, and both times it was just kind of painful.
I only really paid attention for one of them. I apologize. I must have missed part of that. But yeah, I have to say, maining support, play a lot of Morgana and Thresh. It's nice to see her banned out. She is a really strong champion that can throw games. Same as the Braum. A lot of people aren't used to playing against him yet, though he has been out for, I believe, 3 or 4 weeks now, so people are starting to see him more in solo queue, more in team plays, less banned out now. But he is getting quite frequently banned in tonight's event or played, which is nice to see. Always nice to see new champions coming out.
What would you... I don't play, or I don't main support, so I don't really know the answer to this question, but how would you kind of rank the main supports right now?
The meta's really focused a lot on Leona and Thresh until about 2 months ago when started seeing a lot more Morganas coming out. I've seen a few Nidalees recently, which are fairly strong, but you don't see a lot of Fiddle until the higher elo plays. But supports tend to focus a lot now on either the CC or the additional damage you can do. Volibear support's not something you see often, but is really, really strong with the right team comps.
Yeah, that seems to be something I frequently lose to. I'm off in the top lane or jungling, and suddenly I look down and somehow the Volibear has gotten like triple kill. And things are just going terrible.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to lane against a Volibear support. He's a little bit like Blitz with the grab, but I mean, obviously he's not like Blitz because the grab you have to get a lot closer for, and he does have the speed buff, closes a lot of gaps. Like, he's just really difficult to lane against because most people aren't used to it. At least in the lower yellows. I am, unfortunately, a silver player here.
Sure. You're in good company. Just recently made it, whatever I am, silver something.
We're all silver something, right? Plastic
right.
2, wood 7, somewhere around there. I'm going to double check these reports again, see if we have anything new coming out from that 4th place team. I do see them being 37, let's see, yeah, 37 minutes into their game, so Could be a few more minutes till it's over. Do have two strong teams there.
Well, I'm excited to see the results.
Yes, we have 3 current diamonds and 2 platinums on the side of what is their name? Tunikun Snipers, while they're matched against Zulu Ninjas, who is a regular in some of our events, and they're showing 3 platinums, a diamond, and 1 unranked summoner.
Okay.
Who was previously gold, so it might be a difficult matchup for them. We might see 2 Nikon Snipers come out victorious here, but it'll be interesting to watch the next game for sure. So again, while we're waiting, guys, we do have that Reddit post, I believe, in the chat still. So we would love if you guys would upvote, or take a moment to check out our website, see what tonight's bracket looks like. Check out the team rosters we have. We do have some pretty impressive teams playing tonight, with to be decided being the number 6 NA 5v5 team.
And they've definitely showed it. I mean, they haven't really picked anything crazy. I know back when we had the number 3 team.
Honeys for Monies before they disbanded, yeah.
Oh, did they disband?
I got a report from their manager last week, I believe, that they're looking to form a Hearthstone team instead.
Oh, well, that's too bad. They had some great, very strange, but like extremely effective counter picks. I think we saw we saw them play a Leona mid
Leona mid?
into
Yeah,
Leona mid into LeBlanc. That was just like horrendously effective.
that actually went really well for them. It's always nice to watch a V-Man and someone more play.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh god, and they counterpicked Ziggs with Urgot mid, and that was also like a sound thwomping.
Oh, the Urgot ult.
Yeah.
Always devastating when you're not expecting it.
The hyperkinetic position reverser.
Did I put a link to the website in chat? I did. I'm hearing calls for a hashtag not so stock.
Sounds good. Yeah, we definitely need to get some more Twitter presence.
We would love the community's help getting a little bit more exposure out there, getting more participants for our tournaments so we can host more events for you. Possibly split our brackets so that they're a little bit easier on the open nights. Maybe only do 3 or 4 rounds there. Lots of small tournaments. We're also looking to get some bigger events going as well, which we'll be announcing quite soon with July coming up. There is our current roster of events on for July, but we will hopefully be making some additions to it. Once again, we're waiting for Zulu Ninjas and Tunikun Snipers to finish up their match, and we'll get our semifinals underway. They are now 41, almost 42 minutes into their game.
Somebody messaged them to somebody to surrender.
Oh no, the surrender. The throws are so easy at this point. Once you hit 40 minutes, it's anybody's game.
Yeah. Hopefully the Vigar is on your side.
It looks like they're playing Lucian, Thresh, Shyvana Karma, and Gragas versus a team of Renekton, Vi, Orianna, Jinx, and Morgana. We have a Morgana in the game.
Okay, made it through the picks and bans.
Versus Karma. It's a decent support pick as well. Something you don't see as much anymore, but really strong for the poke comp. Paired up with the Lucian, that's a pretty strong bottom lane.
Yeah, she used to be picked fairly often as a counter-pick to stuff like Thresh, but I don't really see it anymore.
Morgana seems to have replaced her there.
Yeah, definitely. Which, I mean, fair, you could have a shield that's a shield, or you could have a shield that makes you immune to all crowd control. You do the math, but still, those empowered Qs from Karma can do a lot of work.
I'm hearing calls for 100 viewers in Twitch chat now. Let's do it, guys. Go find us 80 more viewers. We got up to 58, I believe, tonight, but we didn't quite make our 100 mark. Huge event tonight with 37 teams, I believe, participating.
Yeah.
It looks like the game between Zulu Ninjas and Chunikun Snipers has concluded, and Zulu Ninjas were the victors.
Okay.
I'm going to double check that report. It looks solid. That says number 4, round win for Zulu Ninjas. I'll accept that. That is now on the bracket. Get that posted in the Twitch chat for you. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you haven't yet, guys. We'd love to see new followers coming in, repeat visitors coming back. We do giveaways occasionally, as you see tonight. Unfortunately, we haven't made our numbers yet, so we're not going to be giving this skin away unless we do reach 100 viewers. We did do an RP giveaway during the end of our May events, where one winner did get, I believe, a $5 RP gift card. We were going to do 5 of them if we reached 100 viewers, but we did 1 as a consolation to our faithful and dedicated viewers. We love you all. Alright, so I'm just going to make this game for them.
Alright.
And we'll get this started here. Create game. Not blind pick. Tournament draft. 5v5. Summoner's Rift. Make that TBD versus Zulu. We're going to create that game. Invite one team member from there. And see if I can get a team member from Zulu. Yes, I can. Invite those players. give them invite ability, and off we go.
Kanai has invite.
Ah, yes. I suppose I should give my faithful caster a... Oh, I can't spell your name. It's an E, not a W. Alright, here we go. Getting Abers into the game, guys. Alright, just getting both teams into chat here.
Bengi? That seems like an unfair advantage.
Where'd Bengi come from? I see. One sec. Let's check these rosters. Who invited Bengi? I'm not sure what to do about this. SKT T1 Bengi. Let's logging this kid, see if he's a real guy. Then again, he is Diamond 3.
Okay. Random hello from SKT1 Bengi. Hello. Yeah, I do think that there's a team called SKT, but I think that they were defeated at some point. Let's see, there's Monte Cristo's. Maybe I just hallucinated that.
Alright, we do have confirmations that there is a Bengi on SKT1. He's their jungler, apparently.
Oh
That
yeah,
was an
yeah,
interesting...
he's very good. But yeah, I think that was just someone random trolling us.
Their challenger in their 5v5's team. They are the number 6 NA team. A lot of them are Diamond solo queue.
Okay.
Once we get into the game, I can bring LOL Nexus across for half a second. I can show you guys where they're sitting at, since the client is just screaming challenger tier at us. Alright, and I'm going to grab a drink while we're getting ready to go into champion selection here. Let you handle those picks and bans for a moment. And then
Sounds
I'll be
good.
back.
Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are, after much delay, we are into our semi-final match here. This is between To Be Decided and the Zulu Ninjas. So, Kale ban coming through, pretty stock, though we haven't really seen Kale make the impact that we've kind of, or at least I've kind of expected. The Ziggs ban, however, is definitely well warranted. We have, in the 2 games we followed To Be Decided, I don't think, the Ziggs died maybe once and was just a terror the entire time. Just, I believe my fellow caster who's parted ways with us at the moment put it well, that it just does everything you want. If you're losing, it defends well. If you're winning, it pushes turrets and just does an absurd amount of harass. Following that, we got Jack's ban. I think that's been 100% banned in all of our games tonight. No one really seems to want to deal with him. And then we got Elise, which I don't think it's been picked in every game, but Elise is definitely worthy of a ban. Her strength in the early game jungle and scaling into late game as a tank that has a lot of mobility in team fights and can block people down is very reasonable. More of your support bans coming through here.
Oh, that Thresh ban.
Yeah.
And of course, Jax, Kale, Ziggs, and Elise. See what this last one's gonna be.
Maybe a Cassidon?
Or a LeBlanc support ban, possibly. Could see a second support ban coming out. There's the Braum.
Yeah. Alright, and immediately Lee Sin's locked in. Alright, let's see what they do to answer. Oh, and Morgana made it through, so let's see the bottom lane get locked in here right quick.
Oh, Morgana Lucian combo, one of my favorites.
That's a tough lane to deal with.
It definitely is. Morgana locks it down and Lucian just darts in, back out, Cullings. Oh, things just die. We'll see how it pairs up with the number 6 team versus Zulu Ninjas.
Instant Lulu. I love that Lulu pick in the current meta. Just goes anywhere and is fairly competent anywhere, though he's having a little bit of trouble in mid lane tonight. We did see, I believe, To Be Decided's top laner just like wreck a Kale with top lane Lulu.
That would be an interesting matchup to watch. Lulu versus the Kale.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get. Well, I'm fairly confident we're gonna get the mid lane Lulu here. But yeah, Kale just
Gragas unless he's jungling. haven't seen a Gragas jungle in a while. It does work, but...
Yeah, I haven't seen it since the rework.
Yeah. Trundle comes out, though.
Alright.
Either top or jungle. We'll see.
Okay. I like that Trundle pick versus Shyvana. It does a good job in the late game team fights, keeping her down.
Oh, Kassadin showing.
Okay. So, if that's the case, that would be a support Lulu?
That'd be the first one we've seen this tournament, if it is.
Mm-hmm. Doing a good job keeping people guessing in Champion Select.
We have to switch out for Caitlyn, though. So it's a troll cast pick, apparently. Against the troll Trundle. Trundle, always a troll, of course.
Troll on troll violence is destroying the troll community. Okay,
Nami support.
Yeah, JK, mid lane Lulu.
Nami's another strong support. One I don't play personally, but don't enjoy playing against with the bubbles. And a Karma pick again. This is the second Karma we've seen today.
Do you know, was that a solo lane Karma in the previous game, or was it a support Karma?
That is a very good question. I do not remember. But we have her switching for Orianna.
Yeah, we may not need to know the answer. Alright, well, we'll find out. A lot of supports coming in here. Okay. So, yeah, that looks to be a jungle Gragas, lane, mid lane, Shyvana? Or not Shyvana, mid lane, Karma.
Yeah, it's likely a mid lane Karma here. With the Gragas jungle, we will see it happen, possibly. Hopefully Zulu not trolling here, actually putting up an interesting Gragas jungle appearance. See how that goes against the Lee Sin.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, if he can... I guess maybe it can do really well versus Lee Sin if he can get... I'm just imagining being able to interrupt him in flight with your belly bump, but that seems a little optimistic. I guess, but I mean, the Gragas level 3 fights are pretty strong. He has a surprising amount of burst damage between lining up the Q, W, and the E bumps. I think it's going to be largely depend on how well he can place his barrels.
Yeah, the Gragas ult versus the Lee Sin ult will be interesting to see play out, watching people fly every other direction they're not supposed to, of course.
Yeah, we're going to get quite a ping-pong going on.
It's going to be some interesting team fights from this, with the Dragon, a lot of CC coming out of Jinx, and Nami, with Lulu slow, of course, and then the Lee Sin ult, we already discussed how that's going to go. Other side has a fair amount of CC as well, actually, with Trundle's slow, Morgana being a heavy snare, Gragas' ult, and then Karma has a slow as well, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she's got a snare with her E. She makes that tether. It's like sort of like the reverse of
extra CC there.
Yeah, like the reverse of LeBlanc, where instead of dealing damage, where she deals damage, but she also heals herself.
Yes. Karma not one of the champions in my champion pool, clearly.
Now, yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this Lulu Karma lane is going to go, because, I mean, ostensibly they're very similar champions. Both, I mean, have a lot of AP poke, but they also both have built-in shields. I expect it to go a little bit better for Karma, just because I think she comes out of the gate a little bit stronger, having her ultimate at level 1. Not to mention she's got a bit more sustain, I think, with her, because her snare move gives her health, though I don't have a good sense of how impactful that actually is in lane. So we'll have to see. Of course, Lulu is going for Ignite, so that may also...
Versus the heal, yeah.
Yeah.
no ignites on Zulu Ninjas. Just the
No.
one from TBD there.
And I think it's really a credit to Riot. I mean, I don't know if you... I mean, I imagine you remember this too back in the day when the only summoner you would ever consider even taking was, like, Flash Ignite. And I guess Smite if you're a jungler.
Ah, yes. Early Season 2.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think they've done a good job making a variety of strategies off of the summoner spells. Though I do wish they didn't take away the fact that heal removed the ignite, or the heals still removed the debuffs. I loved me playing some Soraka. That shit was fun.
Ah, yes, Soraka. Haven't played Soraka in a long time now.
You can still force solo lane Soraka. You just have to build kind of an absurd path and have a very cooperative enemy laner in the early game. But it's doable. It can be ugly though. Alright. So
Loading into this game here, we see the one random gold border there. We did discuss this earlier from the LoL Nexus analysis. IWQ unranked this season so far, which is allowed due to it being an open bracket tournament, the only place that unranked and challengers may play. That is solo queue challenger. The team rank does not actually make a difference in our current rule set. Of course, we see 5 diamond trims across the board for to be decided.
So how do you see this jungle Gragas using his ultimate? I mean, usually the one time I can think of it being in like a coherent strategy was Gragas paired up with like a Vayne or something, and the idea was to ult in the middle of their team, split everyone up so that the Vayne can finish things off, but that doesn't really seem to be the case here.
Well, it's a very good question. His ult will be great for positioning. It'll probably be a huge asset during most team fights, especially off the main lanes. Playing against a dominant team, they're going to have a lot of jungle pressure against them, so there might be a number of skirmishes early game and mid game on their side's jungle, which will be great for Gragas' ult, assuming he gets it soon enough.
I wonder if the thinking is you use Gragas ult into a like Morgana bind or one of the CCs from Karma and just use it to chain people after you knock them out of position.
Oh my, chaining Gragas ult with the Morgana snare.
Yeah,
could
that
be
does
quite
require
overpowered. Any snares landing, though, will be a perfect opportunity for him to try and position himself for a very lucky ult, either singling somebody out or just blowing their team apart.
Yeah, you're probably right. The opposite order of those things probably makes a lot more sense. The Morgana bind into Gragas ult. Either way, it's more geography, or more... See, I did this very well. Geometry than generally I like in my League of Legends games, but I'll go with it.
When it turns into math and statistics, it's no longer a game, it's a profession. We do have some semi-pro / pro players with us tonight. They are all looking at their diamond ranks, not solo queue challengers. I haven't verified their entire roster for that, but looked at a couple. They were D2, D3, D1, with their team being ranked 6 NA right now. That is an impressive feat, of course.
Oh yeah. So it looks like everybody's lining up to do just standard lanes.
Yeah, not a lot of early game action. Seems like Lee Sin's going to get a solid leash from the Shyvana there, as well as Gragas getting a good leash from the bot lane pairing. Jinx and Nami out there way before the Lucian and Morgana, of course, which is going to make a big experience difference potentially, at least in the timings for their level ups.
Lulu got out there pretty fast too, but she didn't really translate into a CS lead. She's managed to still be down to Karma, even though Karma gave the full leash.
Oh yeah, this is the second wave into the mid lane already, eh?
Yeah.
We have the top matchup just kind of brawling a little bit, getting their CS. Seeing how that's going to pair out. Trundle versus Siobhan as always. Could go either way, I suppose. Bit of action in the mid lane and the bot lane. Lucian might drop first blood, but he doesn't. He gets out there. Pops a health bot.
Yeah, they're just pushing this lane in super hard.
This is to be decided on the blue side versus Zulu Ninjas on the purple side.
Oop. Gragas missed one of his minions.
Uh-oh.
Well, he doesn't care.
Gragas going in for that gank in the top lane, though, nice and early. See how that turns out.
Oh, got the slow. And here's the belly bump. Yep. Okay, well, that was a gank.
Just gonna force her. Just off the meat a little bit. At least Sin gets first blood, though, in the mid lane.
Yeah, that was a gank.
Missed that completely. Looks like she died right under the turret. Well played by To Be Decided.
Yeah, it looked like Lee Sin came out with a ward jump and surprised her.
Oh, always nasty to have Lee Sin come in with wards.
Channeling his inner Bengi with the SK Telecom skin.
Yes. The SKT. Oh, Bengi. We still haven't determined if that was the real Bengi that joined us, though. Sitting at Diamond 3, it is a possibility. I'm not really familiar with the pro scene right now. That Lucian didn't die, but he got forced to go back. Top lanes, both sides sitting at about 400 HP.
Wow, and yeah, Jinx was able to convert that into a pretty reasonable CS lead, sitting there 25 to 13 from Lucian.
CS, aside from the ADCs, though, is pretty even across the board, and Trundle goes down to the Lee Sin.
Wow, that Lee Sin is just being surgical with his ganks. He just gets in under the turret, executes you, and then dives out. That's kind of gross.
Bengi. Oh, we got a snare here in the mid lane. Lulu's getting low. See how that turns out, but at least Sin's coming mid again.
Yeah,
this could
and
be
he's
a
got his
second
red
kill
buff.
even with Lulu being low.
Oh, Glitterlance lands. Oh, no, they're gonna back
Karma
out.
survives it. Well played by Karma. Zulu Ninjas doing their best to stay, and they're doing a great job at it. Farms still pretty even across the board, aside from the Lucian, who's behind by 15 here. Oh, Karma's low again. And goes down.
Wow. Yeah. Another thing that's been basically a constant in all of these games is Lee Sin being an absurd early game presence. I think one of the teams that actually lost still managed to have a 4-0-4 Lee Sin. So we'll have to kind of keep track of whether or not ROA is able to convert these early kills into late game team presence.
Yeah, Lee Sin does fall off after you hit the 20-minute mark. He is a really strong early game presence, though, so we'll see exactly how that plays out for both teams. A lot of Zulu Ninjas games have been longer games, so if they can hold out past the 20-minute mark, they might actually have a chance here to shut this Lee Sin down, even though he's sitting at 3-0 right now. That is all of their team kills. Gondola lands the Dark Binding.
That's a good little snipe. And Gragas is here, but he's not going to hide for long. Got spotted out by Ward anyway.
He's keeping up in levels, and his farm is actually above Lee Sin's only by 3. But compared to 3 kills, he's still going to be behind in gold.
Yeah, look at that. The difference in items. Lee Sin's already completed his Spirit of the Lizard Elder and got boots as opposed to the Spirit Stone and Ruby Crystal. I imagine that's going to be Spirit of the Spirit of the something Golem.
I'm the worst for item names. We'll see what he builds it in.
Yeah.
Check its name when it comes up.
Yeah.
What Nami is making. Nami is likely building her Sightstone,
Yeah.
as well as the plus gold item there. I forget the name of it. Obviously, she
Still
started.
Thief.
Yeah, that's the one. After the Sightstone, I'm not quite sure what a Nami would build. Morgana, I expect to see rushing Azanya's, though we'll see exactly how it plays out. She hasn't. Oh, she has gone for her first P, having the Ruby Crystal there. Some action in the top lane.
Yeah,
And Shyvana
Gragas
Dragon's
got
out.
caught out a little bit, but Trundle came down and subjugated. I'm pretty sure he subjugated Shyvana, and that was enough to convince them to back off.
Alright, Lulu coming back to this mid lane here. We'll see how this pairs out. And the snare landing, sorry, the knock-up landing on Lucian.
So, we got I think, should be expecting the first Gragas barrel gank to start coming out here pretty soon. He should, yeah, he's hit 6 after clearing that blue buff.
And we'll see exactly how he uses this barrel. I'm interested to see how the Gragas jungle plays out. He's going to be a later game jungler as compared to this Lee Sin. And we have a report from Twitch chat that it's Ancient Golem, the name of that item.
Yep, that's definitely right. Some kind of golem. But it looks like he's going for a more tanky build.
To gank this bot lane. That turret is taking some pressure. Oh, Gragas going to go B possibly, not actually coming in with the gank. And Karma taking pressure, flashes out.
Well, Lee Sin is everywhere.
Lee Sin this game doing really well. Still at only 3 kills. So the score has not actually changed in a little while here. Zulu Ninja's doing a great job of defending, though they do lose the bottom turret.
Yeah, and they're losing control of their red side jungle as both Lee Sin and Shyvana start taking jungle camps. Lee Sin grabbed the red buff, and Shyvana's just finishing off the golems.
Yeah, we'll see if she decides to proxy farm here or go for a turret dive on this Trundle. Looks like she's going to try and proxy farm it.
That was some pretty good damage.
That by the Gragas.
Yeah, Gragas got, but he's gonna die.
Lee Sin onto the Gragas, and the Ignite takes him. Yeah. Good call on that.
It was looking good until he used all of his combo and then ran out of things to do.
Not quite enough damage this early into the game for him, apparently.
No.
Yeah, with the Spirit Stone and a Kindle Gem here, I'm not quite sure what kind of damage he was expecting to do there. Gragas more tanky than AP here right now.
Yeah. How much AP does he have? Yeah, he's working with 9 AP.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that was an ill-advised fight versus the Lee Sin
with his brutalizer
and his 3-0. Okay, so
Karma might be in trouble here again. Puts a lot of damage onto the Lee Sin, and Gragas comes in. Karma goes down.
All right, there's the slow. And there's the culling. Kicked into the. Ooh, that was an excellent ultimate, though. Oh my God, he's still not dead.
Out onto the wraiths there to save his life.
Yeah, that was a good chase effort there by Lucian, but unfortunately just not quite enough to catch that slippery Lee Sin.
Burn his flash, and Lee Sin jumps out to the side. Well played by To Be Decided. Now 5-0.
Alright, well, there's a Gragas barrel.
We're going to have mid-turret going down here. Slow on Lulu, but it's not enough. Lucy turning it around.
Yeah, Yeah, this team has a lot of, or to be decided, has a lot of additional speed buffs they can give between Lulu Whimsy and the it's whatever the bouncing water spell from Nami is. Each of those gives you an additional speed boost.
3 turrets to 0 now.
Alright.
This is an impressive lead as the Nami ult comes in.
Wow.
Karma gets deleted. Did that kill go to Lee Sin? It looks like it might have.
It did. Yes. The Lee Sin is doing work. That was a very long range engage too. Alright, so they're gonna finish off this turret, get some Nami bubbles in, and then looks like just disengage.
To be decided with complete map control here. Dominating this game so far with a 9k gold lead, only 13 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and they've just got the entire Zulu side of the map just warded up. There's not many places you can go without being seen. I like this Shyvana build. Rather than just going full tank, she's building the Blade of the Rune King, which is gonna at least help mitigate some of that Trundle Subjugate ultimate, since he's not gonna steal as many additional defensive stats as he would if she was just building full tank, and it's going to allow her to kind of compensate once that ultimate goes down by just getting more sustain in lane. Alright.
Looks like Trundle's going to be building a Blade of the Rune King as well there with the Cutlass coming out.
Yeah.
Only behind by 30 farm. Everybody is slightly behind now in farm here, except for Gragas, who is keeping up with the Lee Sin, which isn't going to make a huge difference because of those 5 kills. Means Lee Sin still has a huge gold lead.
Yeah, and I just don't know what the tank Gragas can really add to the team.
It's an interesting pick. I'm sure there was a reason behind it. I mean, he is doing all right. He's only 0-1, which is not an impressive score, but not a bad score either, the way this match has been going. Was that a wasted Greg ult there? No, it's just his slow.
Oh yeah, he's still holding on to it.
There's the culling coming down. The culling. Oh, that Morgana snare just misses. Trundle, of course, coming in behind To Be Decided. We'll see how this plays out for him. Might be a mistake. He is tanky enough to handle it, at least for the beginning. Morgana taking a lot of damage. Death Rocket gets Oh, no, Lee Sin gets Morgana.
Wow.
And that's an ace.
Yeah, Shyvana showed up and cleaned up that fight. The enormous dragon is quite a terrifying sight.
Turret number 5, 11-0. Zulu Ninja's getting rocked here by To Be Decided. Putting up a great fight, but not quite picking up a kill yet. We'll see if they get one around this inhibitor.
I keep thinking they're gonna kill the Lee Sin, and then he keeps making these amazing escapes.
Oh, Lee Sin has jukes for days.
Alright, so that's an inhibitor down? Jeez. Alright, get a little dancing in there. Ping's going out to Baron, where they have no wards, but they have a big enough gold lead that I think they can just face check these turrets or these bushes without much cause for concern.
Oh,
Wow.
Morgana might get deleted here.
Yep. Lulu's gonna ult herself and just go ham. The lone troll. And he gets taken down. Okay. Let's see. I think it looks like they're just gonna go and push down the inhibitor, or down the Nexus.
That might be what happens here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm seeing a victory report here. Spoilers, guys, but they do win it right here.
Yeah. Gragas is getting some all-important dance opportunities in.
So Zulu Ninjas has made their way to the upper placement in the bronze match, which means they'll be playing the losers of OGNTSM versus Calvini. OGMTSM Calvini versus the Phoenix Fanboys. And to be decided, has made it to the finals bracket where they'll be playing the winners of that matchup.
Excellent. Any chance we could cover some of the Fanboys Calvini match?
That is a very good question. I'll see if we can get a look at one of their summoners. I don't recognize any names from their team, so I doubt we're going to be able to get into that matchup. But it did start 10-15 minutes prior to this one, meaning it should be almost done.
Okay.
Walking showing it at 43 minutes into the game, if it has not already ended. These stats here. Lee Sin at 607, picking up a lot of kills and assists for his team, while the Lulu, 2010. Of course, it's a mid lane Lulu, so it's natural to see her with a lot of the action.
Yeah, both of them just enormous kill participation. Yeah, it's kind of hard to comment on how any of these solo lanes went, or any of the actual lanes went, honestly, just because the Lee Sin was such an enormous presence at like all points in the game in basically all lanes.
It seemed like all lanes were pretty even in farm at least, except for bottom who was getting pushed in early, and it seemed like Lee Sin focused his ganks early game in the top and mid lanes with Karma dying twice fairly early, so
Yeah.
it might have been that Lee Sin and allies did as the Karma being the biggest threat there, coupled with the Trundle and then taking down the rest as he went. Lee Sin was just a freight train going through tonight.
Made it look easy.
That he did. The SKT Telecom skin there. Sorry, SK Telecom skin. Doing some work for him. Alright, and I'll get the bracket posted in the chat. We are just waiting for the other semifinal game to finish up, which should not be too long, hopefully. King is showing it to be done. I mean, all Nexus there, so we can attempt to figure out the winners here or just wait out the match report. They should be setting it in momentarily. Can get this game created. I guess I have to wait for the other team to finish up to make a name for it. It's either going to be TBD versus the Phoenix Fanboys or TBD versus OGN TSM Calvini.
Let us know who won. Report your game. The people demand results.
Results. Going to see if I can find that matchup on All Nexus and get the bracket updated before they even report their win for us. Looks like it's not gonna show me. Not what I wanted to see here. Gonna find out momentarily, hopefully. Looks like we have a round 5 win report from TSM Calvini. That is our semifinals victory to Kelvin. Congratulations, guys. They are victorious against the Phoenix Fanboys. Phoenix Fanboys are moving to our bronze matchup to determine the 3rd and 4th place victors, while to be decided will now be playing against Team Kelvin. We are not going to play line pick. We'll make that tournament draft and get some of these players invited.
Alright. Guess I will accept that invite.
Why can't I give iRise invitability? Can only give it to one person at a time, apparently. Okay, that's... Oh, no, there we go. They both have it now. Go to spectate. Huzzah. Hey, wow, Demelin. We have a team finder feature on our website where you can register yourself as an individual looking for a team, or you can try and create your own team and register your team looking for some individuals. We'd love if you'd check out our website. We also have a featured streamer section, as well as multiple tournaments happening every week. This is our finals matchup here. I'm going to go ahead and get that updated, since we're a little bit behind on the Twitch stream updates. It now says finals, I do believe.
I'm gonna be back in just a moment.
Alrighty. Looks like Kelvin has 4 members here, so we should be getting started fairly soon. Apparently we have one team member transferring locations due to internet problems. And we will have this match started very soon. I will double check the timestamps on the match reports from these teams. Looks like he does have roughly 9 minutes remaining for the match to start. We can potentially make an extension for them since this is the finals. They have made it this far into the tournament. It would suck to see a disqualification. I don't think anybody wants that.
Alright.
Alright, we're just waiting for one more member of Kelvin to join us. Looks like Kelvin himself is the member we're waiting for to join us. Bullet safety, guys. Hyping that chat for you. Oh, it's not Kelvin we're waiting for. Kelvin is here. He's just not playing, apparently.
Keeping us on our toes.
We've got about 7 minutes remaining until the match is supposed to start. Which is plenty of time, hopefully, for their last team member to get here, and if not, we'll talk to TBD about a brief time extension being allowed. This is tonight's finals matchup, guys. It's been a huge event, long event. We started right on the dot at 7 o'clock. It is now 1:45. We've been going almost 5 solid hours. It has been amazing. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for sticking around if you've been here the whole time. It has been an awesome night so far, and it's going to get a little bit better as this finals matchup gets underway. We had a 5th member. May or may not have been their actual team member here.
Oh, do we get another visit from Bengi?
No, it's someone named Puma. Why is to be decided called to be decided? Are you asking yourself? ROA3 in chat there. May or may not be the real ROA.
I would suspect it's the name is to be decided.
Yes, that's what I would assume, or their placement to be decided. The victor is to be decided.
Oh, maybe the answer to that question is to be decided. Donna! There's too many meta things going on in order to be able to determine that. Alright.
Dark Corpse wins! on how it works. Oh, their team name. Why is TSM... Oh gosh, how do I say this? Let me check the bracket so I can read it again. OGN TSM Calvini. Why is your name OGN TSM Calvini?
Okay, that one I'm not going to speculate on.
Calvin, give us your story. Because they can. That is even better than To Be Decided story, which is still to be decided. To be decided, waiting for that giant sponsorship deal. Picked up by who knows what, who knows where. Get into that Coke League, win that LCS. If they can win tonight's tournament even, we'll see. We'll see. It's OGN TSM Calvini versus the number 6 NA 5v5 team. Hoping Calvini puts up an awesome fight here, maybe even stops them. We got some good hype in the chat there, guys. Well done.
So is there a rule if just like one person's missing, you have to sub in?
Let's see if they have an available sub on this team. Check their roster. See if that's actually a possibility for them since somebody is... Uh-oh, gotta find them. They do have 8 summoners listed on their team roster. Calvini, is it possible for you guys to potentially sub in a 5th member since you are nearing the deadline for the match to start?
Ooh, there we go.
Alright, they're here on the dot. We're at the 14-minute mark. I guess we'll allow this. They are getting ready to play. Their summoner just got here. A little bit delayed. And someone's getting timed out.
Alright. We're into picks and bans.
Alright, let's see what kind of bands come out here.
I predict a Jax.
We've seen Jax ban every game so far.
Yeah.
We've seen Braum either picked or ban. A bunch of Morgana picks and bans again. There's the Kale.
Kale. Yeah, she was banned in every game except our first one. Or picked or banned in every game except our first. No, picked or banned in every game. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen her played 2 or 3 times and banned a number of times as well.
It's cast and ban. That one's kind of come and gone. Some teams seem to see it as a major threat. Other ones, not so much.
We almost saw him picked last game. This might be because of that troll Cassidy pick. Maybe Calvini caught part of the game but didn't realize they didn't actually play the Cassidy. Though they do have a manager in the Twitch chat, so it's unlikely. a Jax ban, as predicted.
Yeah, these seem to be kind of the 3 pretty standard bans. Well, 4 pretty standard
4
bans.
standard bans. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see if Morgana makes it through. Thresh ban, okay.
See if the top band comes out here. We have Kale Jackson Thresh from one side, and then the Cassidy and Braum. So we've already got our support and mid bands. See if they choose to ban an extra mid.
Yasuo
ban.
That one's kind of come up. I think we had a few games where he was banned.
I don't know if that's even allowed. Yasuo can't get locked out because he has a key. Oh, impossible. We missed your jokes. No. No, we don't.
The Lee Sin seems very reasonable. ROA was just indescribably horrifying with him last. Basically, all of the games we've seen Lee Sin make it through, he's just been everywhere, ganking and taking dragons. And
have we seen any additional skins on that Lee Sin aside from the SK Telecom skin we had come out last game?
Yeah, no, that was the first time the SK Telecom skin came out. I think before that it was. Let me see if I can look at the Jax skins.
I remember a pool party, possibly.
The multi Lee skin came out definitely at least once. Oh shoot! I didn't even realize. Yeah, Ziggs is up. So
and
it is
Morgana.
And the Morgana gets through. Okay.
Those are 2 strong picks.
Definitely, and it's smart to either ban or take that away from to be determined. They're
a Heimerdinger. Oh, the start of this season I mained Heimerdinger. Got myself out of bronze on that little man.
He was good. They nerfed him a little bit, which I don't really like.
I don't like the mechanics on his turrets now. We see that possibly changed out for a Shyvana. We won't see the Heimer come out, unfortunately. It would have been awesome to watch that play.
Yeah, Shyvana seems a bit more reasonable. It doesn't really seem like To Be Determined's really interested in doing any kind of really fancy or off the beaten path champion picks. They're just gonna take what's good and just beat you senseless with it.
This is their standard team composition. We saw Lee Sin, Nami, and Shyvana on their team in the last game.
Yep.
Not sure about the bans here being Cass, Braum, and Yasuo. You'd think with a member of the opposition being in Twitch chat, they would have had a little bit more coordination there and gotten some of those more dangerous champions on TBD out of the way.
I assume the To Be Determined's mid laner has a lot of games on Cassidy and Yasuo, because we've seen those bans come against them in the past, and taking away the Ziggs I think is a right move, since at least as we've seen To Be Determined play it, the Ziggs versus Lulu, which was the other mid laner that the To Be Determined's mid laner played, went pretty soundly in favor of Ziggs, so
we might see a Heimer after all.
God, I hope so. I would guess a something like an Orianna or
No, these are troll picks with a brand being there as well.
Oh yeah.
Though Heimer into Ziggs is a tough lane. Like, I would not want to see that, though this being the number 6 in a team, it might be a complete stomping against the Ziggs, which I would find a hard matchup. We'll see how these guys end up matching out, with possibly a Corki and Blitz being locked in the bot. No, I misspoke.
Corki would be interesting, given that both Lucian and Twitch are up, and a lot of people kind of consider Corki like a more third-tier pick, but Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be a Lulu mid. Alright, well, maybe third time's a... Oh, uh-oh. We lost somebody.
That's not good. We might have a DC there. We'll find out what's going on.
Yeah,
Oh,
Xfinity Concast will do that to you. I'm actually surprised I haven't had any internet interruptions during the stream. I'm also stuck on the devil Comcast, and it is just horrendously inconsistent.
We just have a member who disconnected there. Apparently their internet is having some mild issues. They did change locations to fix their internet problems, but it apparently was not enough. Alright, back in the game. Same pick, same bands here.
Alright, so...
Hopefully everybody got that memo.
Kale, Jax...
We had
Zyra
band.
Oh, I think they're just gonna
troll the
ban
bands and make the same picks.
Yeah. They banned Ziggs.
we have another DC here.
I think that one was intentional. Because they... banned a pick.
We've had some interesting little issues getting these finals started. We do apologize, everybody.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay.
Hopefully none of the actual picks get banned out here. And we're allowed to actually start the game.
Take 3. Okay. So it's Lee Sin, Shyvana, they had Morgana and Ziggs.
That's correct. We had a Morgana and a Ziggs picked. Did we have a Jinx on their team?
I don't remember.
So, yes.
I think so.
Yeah, the Corki and Lee Sin.
I think we had everybody except the last pick for Calvini. Which I guess is going to be
Lulu and Nami and
Vladimir.
J4.
Yeah.
Alright.
So we saw this Vladimir just wreck a Shyvana in the last game that we watched Calvini play. Got first blood, and it was just a very big handful to have to deal with this ranged poke and sustain.
Oh, yeah, we did watch Calvini play a game earlier, and they did do really well. This should be a great matchup for us tonight.
Yeah. I want to see how Poppers plays this mid lane too, because for the games that we've seen him in this matchup, he's been on the other side and just absolutely demolished Lulu with Ziggs. But now he picked Lulu into Ziggs, so I think they're gonna try and show us something that we haven't seen in these previous matchups.
Well, we'll see exactly how the Lulu versus Ziggs matchup does go. These are two very high-level teams, some great solo queue players.
I think the J4 pick is kind of interesting. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I always enjoy seeing a J4 in a game. His ultimate is a great crowd control, always forces a flash out if it's played right. And his knock-up coupled with the whatever you call his pillar thingy is a nice initiate for team fights as well as ganks.
I'm a little intrigued that the J4, though I mean, obviously we've had several iterations, so I can't exactly remember the pick order, but it seems interesting to pick that into Corki. Since Corki's got his Valkyrie with the built-in jump out of the Cataclysm. So, I mean, you can get the nightmare scenario where you go into Cataclysm Corki, he jumps out, and the Shyvana dives back in, and now you're stuck in a horrible circle with the Shyvana in dragon form, which is awkward, but...
Yeah, we have some interesting team comps here. The J4 being the only tank, I suppose, for Calvini.
Yeah.
Versus Shyvana and potentially the Lee Sin, depending how he builds that exactly. Lots of poke from the bottom lane pairing on Calvini versus, I'm going to imagine it's Nami and Corki again. So Corki has a really hard initiate, and Nami's got the bubble as well as her ultimate, which are great for locking targets down. Though coupled against the Morgana snare, it's not quite as long-lasting. Could be some interesting plays here. We'll see how they match that up, how their farms go, and if the junglers are what makes the difference again.
That's one of the kind of, I think, saving graces of this J4 pick is that he's going to be able to match, at least be in the same places as Lee Sin early game. I think a lot of the other matches we've seen to be decided play, they've mostly gone against junglers who don't have the ability to match that same like level 1 through 3 presence as Lee Sin, and so mostly those junglers have been MIA while ROA has just like destroyed their entire team before they've even finished farming.
Yeah, J4 has a little bit more early potential as well, as compared to that Gragas, who was really depending on level 6 for his ganks.
That's right. We just saw the Gragas jungle game. Alright,
we're through the spectator delay here. Into load screen. As my client glitches for a brief second before we all see those beautiful trims pop up. See how many diamonds we get this time. I count 3, 4, 5. Oh, 9 diamonds. 9 out of 10. Morgana, you lose the diamond war. I imagine he is diamond this season though, just with that plat trim.
honestly, my biggest question going into this game is why isn't Corki using the Corki where he rides the manatee skin?
The Earth Rider.
Yeah.
Because he's being Canadian. He's being Canadian with that bobsled. Oh, toboggan. It's a very Canadian thing. We'll accept that support. Claim that he's doing it for us.
Okay, I can buy that.
The Winter Wonder Lulu as well. 2 snowy skins, or they're Australian. It could be the middle of the winter for them on the NA servers here. Mm-hmm. It's Canadian, I swear. Alright, so everybody almost at 100% here. Just the one slow loader, the only one without that diamond trim. We now know why.
Yeah. Late to the party.
He's going to pool all of his RP and bribe Riot to give him a better connection.
Worth. Alright. We have a game.
Everybody coming out of that base pretty fast except for Lulu. Lulu last one out the base.
Okay, and the Morgana connected. Excellent.
There, she's moving there now, yeah. A little bit slow out of the base, but still coming out. Looking forward to watching this Vladimir in the top lane. See how he does against To Be Decided this time. Having picked up first blood, and I believe the second kill as well in his top lane. The last game we caught with them.
It's just a beast.
Looks like we might have To Be Decided setting up for an invade.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna go for. I wonder if they're faking the, like they're gonna go for standard lanes and then do a lane swap. No, maybe not. Looks like Corky's. No, I don't know what he's doing.
Not quite sure what they're doing up there. There's a lot of members looking like they might set up for some interesting pre-minion play.
Ooh, I wonder if they're gonna try and get this Ziggs.
They might pick off that Ziggs. That Ziggs is gonna get caught out and go down. That is first blood at the minute 30 mark. As
And
they
it's
walk
on
in for
to-
that red buff.
And it's on to the Corky, which is just, of all the people you don't want to get first blood, the AD carry is pretty high up there.
It's well played by To Be Decided. The finals matches are best of 1. If we were best of 3 tonight, we'd be here all night. We do apologize. We would love to do best of 3 or even best of 5 for you guys, but a lot of teams find the tournaments do get quite long already, and that would increase our gameplay time a large amount. By at least 2 games, obviously. Well, at least 1 game. I believe we're just past midnight here at the official tournament time in EST. They did do the lane swap. It's going to be Vladimir versus the Nami Corky pairing.
Well, I think Nami Corky would do really well versus the Jinx Morgana lane. I think this is the right move, especially given how just like overwhelming the Vladimir versus Shyvana match was last time.
I'm just going to stop you for 1 second. Have you noticed that Shyvana? Her and Lee Sin are glued together at the hip.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know what's going on here.
So, this is what a lot of the pros have been doing as of late, where they send 2 people to one lane and then basically abandon the second one. And so the jungler and for exactly this reason.
The 4-man gang comes out nice and
Yes.
early with that turret dive. They're going to be able to survive that, push that turret. They might actually be able to get a first turret here as J4 is going to try to defend it. That is well played. That is an interesting strategy.
The thinking is that in the 2v1, if you just put Shyvana down 2v1, the bottom lane will either pull their jungler and gank you underneath your turret, like To Be Decided just did to the Vladimir, or they'll just poke you off and you won't be able to get as much farm. So
We'll see them trading top for bottom turret here potentially, though the bottom turret doesn't go down, so it is a good decision apparently by To Be Decided to pull the 4-man gank out nice and early with the lane swap. I've seen the 4-man ganks go before, and it does tend to lead to the top-bottom swapping turrets, if not a second turret as well. Mid lane responding here, or just MIA. Looks like Ziggs actually was forced back.
yeah, while all that was going on, somehow Poppers was able to get a lead off on this Ziggs with the Lulu Ziggs matchup. It's got a 2-level lead, well, 1-level lead now over Ziggs, which is pretty impressive.
So we are seeing the Lulu beat a Ziggs now here, though the farm is fairly even. To be decided, falling off of this mid turret, sorry, inner turret here.
Yeah, Corky's going back. He went back with 1,300. I guess it's just going to get a second Dorian's and a longsword and a ruby crystal. So that's probably going. He's probably going to turn that into Triforce and rush that. Since he's able to reproc the Sheen a bunch of times, it gives him additional health. It gives him a bunch of damage for pushing turrets. I think it's an overall pretty reasonable first item.
That would be a decent choice for him, potentially. We'll see exactly what comes out here. So early in the game. 2 turrets down, 1 on either side. 2-0 for to be decided. And the first dragon starting at just under 6 minutes.
Yeah, looks like they'll be able to get this without much trouble. J4 is pretty far away. And even if he was there, I don't really know if he could jump in on that. Wow, Lulu's level 5.
Looks like Calvini knew that dragon happened as Morgana got the ward out, but they couldn't contest it.
Yeah, I guess the one bright side for them is that they've been able to get Jinx pretty well farmed up. And she's managed to get a level lead over her counterpart, their bullet safety.
Actually, taking a look at the farm numbers, it looks like Calvini does have a slight advantage, so they are behind in 2 kills. All lanes are actually ahead for Team Calvini in farm numbers. Though they're behind by just over 1k gold at this point. The Ziggs-Lulu matchup pairing off the way we've seen it go before, Ziggs being slightly dominant over her.
Yeah, he just got a fantastic satchel charge that stopped Lulu from disengaging. He knocked her right into the pillar and kind of stopped her cold, and then hit her with I think it was his passive, and then a bouncing bomb.
Yeah, that was well played by the Ziggs. There's going to be some action in the jungle here. Lee Sin's trying to steal the red, but Jarvan comes in.
Yeah. Somehow through all of this, and he manages to steal it anyway. He's gonna hop over, just jump over the wall.
And they disengage quite skillfully. Some bottom lane action. Looks like that turret's gonna take a little pressure, and the Dark Binding lands onto Nami, but they can't capitalize on it.
So I'll be interested to see whether or not this lane switches back. This bottom lane switches back in favor of Nami Corki once Corki hits level 6 and gets those ranged rockets.
The Jinx Morgana combo is pretty strong with a lot of CC there. It's going to be hard to overcome that advantage. As Jinx lands her snow and the Dark Binding just misses. I'm expecting to see a lot of Dark Bindings paired with the Chompers.
Yeah, I mean, they nerfed that combo a bit, but yeah, that's still a really long CC chain, if you can get it right. Shyvana doing her thing in the top lane, just pushing in, and I think
Shyvana actually picking up a farm lead over that Vladimir now.
Yeah, I feel like the Vladimir is a little bit afraid to really try and chase down the Shyvana, given the fact that he's missing a turret and he doesn't really know where the Lee Sin could be jumping out at.
Yeah, the Lee Sin is potentially a constant problem for Calvini, having watched him play the last matchup where he dominated completely. Calvini, of course, playing this really well. The Lee Sin comes in and Morgana's alive still.
Oh wow, there's
Shyvana's down there
too.
as well. I don't think I've seen a single MIA ping. Or I'm just ignoring the pings. There's going to be a fight here mid, and Ziggs is going to get out of it as Lulu starts to dominate him. He's going to be
Yeah,
3
that's-
pushing the bot lane.
Good little combo she got there. Oh,
Ziggs will have to take those minions down, force them off that turret a little bit.
yeah, that's definitely the reason why he's just such a good pick. Because I mean, if you're losing, he can just clear waves from or clear two waves at the same time. It doesn't really end up mattering that much there because his team wasn't able to get and defend the turret, but he was able to delay 3 members of To Be Decided for good, like, 15-20 seconds.
Yeah, that was well played by the Ziggs. It's too bad for them that it wasn't quite as much as they needed, but it was well played. The Jarvault comes in and does get that Shyvana flash. Now, 4-0, have we seen a death from To Be Decided?
Not in the last game. I want to say there was, like, one in...
I think their matchup versus DGF, Dingo's Gold something, it was fairly even, wasn't it? Like, it was 9 or 7 to, I think, 10 or 11.
And the other game we saw that they just stomped, there was also, it was like 1 to like 15 or something ridiculous. But so they did lose 1 kill.
They are not immortals, guys. They can be defeated. We're 11 minutes in here, 4-0, 2 turrets to 1, only a 2.5k gold lead.
Yeah, no, this game is definitely still in contention. I mean, Calvini has like 3 absurd scaling damage dealers, right? They have Jinx, Jinx, Ziggs, and Vladimir all just deal heaps of damage and synergize together to deal even more heaps of damage in the late game. So
that's very true. We could see some late game turnarounds here as well. We could see some mid game turnarounds even, depending on how these teams play it out. Both teams doing fairly well. It's going to be a kill for To Be Decided on that Jarvan. As heal comes out, Lee Sin's still alive somehow.
Yeah, it won't die.
Oh, well played by Jace getting that, but she goes down anyways.
The Shyvana showed up too.
And that's a kill against To Be Decided. The Lulu ends up going down. Vladimir deleted. Well played by To Be Decided, making that 2-0 turn into an 8-1.
Yeah, the 4-for-1 is probably a trade they're willing to accept.
Sorry, the 4-0 turned into an 8-1. My mistake. And the dragon on top of it. Calvini, you're going to have to be a little bit defensive here to try and make up this goal lead that TPD just solidified to 5k.
Yeah, they need to just turtle, farm out both Ziggs and Jinx, have Jinx finish that Infinity Edge, and get some needlessly large rods onto Ziggs.
Yeah, this Ziggs right now, with only his Chalice started, a couple of Doran's rings, is not quite the position he wants to be this late into the game.
No, definitely not, especially with, well, I mean, to be fair, it's not that late into the game. Well, we're only 13 minutes. It just seems like that just because of how much of a lead,
that's very true. At almost 14 minutes, Ziggs having 110 farm is actually a decent number. So he's not doing poorly. It's just the team strategies from TBD coming out so early. That Lee Sin destroys Ziggs there. Amazing dive.
Yeah. Got the perfect ward hop into kick and just, no chance. Managed to get some damage onto Lulu, but she's got that damn shield.
Calvin,
health picks coming in.
Chain vest isn't helping. Put on the scale mail armor. Sorry for interrupting you, just looking at the Twitch chat there.
Oh no, not at all.
9-1 now.
Oh, and somehow Corky got a blue buff, and he's completed his Trinity Force. Yeesh.
Trinity Force at sub 15 minutes. That's over, what, 3,500 gold for it?
He's got he's accumulated 5k in total. Or no, it's about 6k. Jeez. Support flat fight going on down here.
See this Nami go down as Jinx comes in as well. It's going to be a jar vault for it though. Might have been overkill. Some Morgana Dark Binding misses and the Dragon comes in. Jarvan deleted.
They get the kill, but they're gonna pay for it. And wow, the Corky is going ham. Can he finish it? Yeah. Well, no.
Lee Sin picks off that kill.
Yeah. The omnipresent Lee Sin shows his face again.
Kill secured.
He's slacking this game though. He's only got 3 kills.
Corky being 404, showing an impressive score here. Some impressive plays by both teams. Calvini coming out not quite where they want to be in each play, but they are doing a really good job here.
Yeah, this is definitely the strongest showing we've seen anyone put up against To Be Decided.
At least in the last few rounds.
Or yeah.
I do believe DFD put up a decent fight as well, but we haven't seen them since round 3, I believe, and we've watched quite a few games while we waited for the extra little while since TBD was winning their matches so fast.
Oh, that's definitely fair. Lulu gets caught there with the Dark Binding, but there's not really much to follow up, and not really much that could. She's got blue buff. It's perfectly capable of whimsying herself out of most of the danger.
Interestingly enough, turrets are now tied up, 2 for 2.
Yeah, was that Vladimir securing the top turret?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
I saw him on it a little while ago. I didn't actually notice it going down.
So interesting, we're getting a bit of a varied build here from Lee Sin. Instead, last game, I think he instead of the Hex Drinker, he had a Brutalizer. So going for a little bit more defense, though. Yeah, he just dived 2 turrets. This fight is
J4 goes down due to his ultimate. Morgana's in there, gonna try and get a kill onto... Lulu's gone down. Shyvana getting out alive. And that's Shyvana with less than 100 HP. Nami goes down as well. Calvin playing this really well with 1 kill for 2 now. And the ability to chase, so that Vladimir is mighty low.
This is the most rogue Corky I've ever seen. I've never seen a Corky be just like... I don't think I've seen him use Valkyrie to escape yet. It's just always right into the middle of the team fight to get a kill or secure additional damage onto something.
I think he's confident that he's just that far ahead that he's able to do it.
Yeah.
He's confident that his team's going to be there to back him up every time if he does make the mistake and go a little bit too ham. That even if he gets stuck out, there'll be somebody else there to help him, hopefully.
I mean, it's definitely been working for him.
Yeah, we haven't seen him go down yet, though there are 4 kills for OGN TSM Calvini. That's right, I've got it memorized now, guys.
Got him. So the sweeper goes, but they don't check for the pink ward. So that's gonna survive despite the blue buff being stolen over here by To Be Determined. We get the dragon too.
It is well played by To Be Determined, keeping their objective control.
I barely had time to mouse over there.
Go ahead and report it as a round 5 win. We've never had a tournament this large, actually. We are supposed to cap our tournaments at 32 teams, but we did have larger turnout than we expected. so we've actually added one extra round to what we expected our maximum to be. We apologize for any confusion there, guys. Just having some Twitch messages here. Looks like the bronze match is finished up.
Oh, how did that one turn out?
Phoenix Fanboys defeated Zulu Ninjas. So Zulu Ninjas is our 4th place team, with Phoenix Fanboys coming in 3rd. Congratulations to both of those teams on making it this far. We're into the RP. Vladimir goes down. Back in the
dirty.
game.
Yeah, 4 of them just waited in that bush for him to walk by. Oh.
Namial goes through. TBD taking some heavy pressure here, but Shyvana's in the middle of it. Morgana gonna get deleted. 3 kills for 1. Jinx is excited. No, that's Corki just moving like a boss. Mistook his speed there for the Jinx passive.
Yeah, he's rocking his flying bobsled, which is very strange to watch. Kind of glides. Alright.
We'll see how things start to play out now that we are past that 20-minute mark, where Lee Sin starts to fall off a little bit. He does have 1 death now, which we haven't seen in the previous games. Or the recent previous games. The longer Calvini plays this, the stronger their chances get. Taking that ward down, trying to get some vision control here. Dropping 2 vision wards from to be determined. To be decided. They're both Ds.
Alright, looks like they're... Oh, jeez. Yeah, Corki's finished his Infinity Edge, too. So he's 2 major items completed on him.
With a score of 705 and almost 200 CS, that is not overly surprising. He's got some massive gold score here. Only a 7k gold lead for To Be Decided, though. Which means Calvini is doing really well, much better than some of the earlier opponents of To Be Determined, To Be Decided. TBD, we'll call them TBD from now on. It's getting too late for this. Alright, so, yeah.
Yeah, Ziggs is doing a really good job keeping up in farm, along with, I mean, Jinx is a little bit behind, but not too much. I think the thing that's really hurting her in terms of gold comparison to Corki is the kills, but there's not much you can do about that at this point.
Yeah, those farm numbers across the board are pretty even. I mean, each lane matchup individually has about a 20 CS difference, but if you look at it, it goes back and forth all the way down, where they're either ahead or behind in opposing lanes, so that the total numbers seem a lot closer than they otherwise could be. So most of that gold we're seeing as TPT having the advantage is those 3 or 4 dragons and the 11 kills.
TBD is setting up some really kind of well-designed picks here. I don't know if you saw, they were waiting. Nobody came by this one, but they were waiting in the blue buff brush while they had Corki solo push to see if anyone would come by and try and maybe stop him or have designs on killing actually Corki. It would suddenly meet 3 people coming out of a bush.
Yeah, they're making a lot of the right decisions with their strategy. They got an early lead, which really helped them out, has helped them dominate, though we'll see if they can maintain that lead as the game progresses. It is still anybody's game with first being 3-3, and that gold lead not getting a whole lot bigger. Jarvan goes in.
Yeah,
it's gonna get him
he's
killed.
Got Lulu, but oh, does he get exploded by a now giant Corki? But Zig's doing good damage, though. Yeah, he's gonna...
At least Sin goes down. That's his 2nd death now.
Wow. But
it's a shutdown onto Jinx.
Corki is just being ferocious. And the dragon is still on the hunt.
and she's
She's
gonna
gonna
dive
chase
this
him
one,
down,
flashes
yep.
in and takes it.
Jeez.
Ziggs gets deleted by that Shyvana. She went all in there with that dive.
Yeah. And why not? She was both in dragon form and is just full tank Shyvana, so you gotta throw everything, including the kitchen sink, to make sure that she dies.
It is very true. And turrets do not come equipped with a kitchen sink.
No, that's next patch.
Lulu picking up that blue buff here. The opponent's blue buff, no less. And another dragon for TBD.
And that's gonna give them a fairly...
Increasing that goal lead up to 11k now, yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Lee Sin getting some vision on dragon, though. You can see it's not quite the same 605 Lee Sin we saw in the previous game. He does have to give some respect to the Vladimir when he pops his head out.
It's very true, but Corky is managing to carry the game
Yeah.
really well. With the 907, he's making up for Lee Sin's apparent backache. Seems like he had a little bit too much carrying that last game.
Ooh. Looks like Calvini's gonna go for a pick of their own.
They might get this. It doesn't look like there's any kind of vision there.
They don't have the patience.
No, Lee Sin has the jumps, but...
Yep.
Kicks
Kicks
Jarv
him
out of his own ult.
Oh,
Vladimir gets
wow!
deleted.
He just
Nami up again.
annihilates Vladimir.
Fighting this around the Baron. Oh, J4 is still up. That's surprising.
Oh, really? Oh, right. Yeah, he got kicked out. So, yeah, it was Vladimir that.
Yeah, it was Vladimir that went down first. And TBD will initiate this Baron here, but it looks like Calvini knows about it.
Yeah, dangerous to do it while the Ziggs is alive, though. That is no longer a problem. Oh, wow. And the Shyvana is just gonna... Oh.
Eats the snare from Morgana. It's a good escape there.
Yeah, but...
Baron methodically getting worn down.
That was an excellent team fight from TBD.
That is, yeah, well played by TBD once again, increasing their lead to 15k there with the Baron. Calvini, of course, putting up a great fight, being 24-6, only behind by one turret. This is our number 6 NA team in 5v5, qualified for the Coke Leagues versus a community contender. Also diamond-rated individuals, though their team rating I don't believe to be quite as high as the top 10 challenger teams. They're putting up an awesome fight tonight, though, making this a great game to watch. Jinx gets that giant wraith.
So that last team fight was without Vladimir being able to activate his ultimate or get any of his damage off of. I was just checking, and he wasn't able to actually use his. I was wondering why he didn't use his hourglass, but I don't think that he. I mean, I didn't expect that much damage to come through on him just from the Lee Sin and the follow-up damage.
Yeah, it looked like he ate a tiny bit of CC there as well, so he might have been actually in the air from the Nami for part of that, making it really hard for him.
Yeah, he just... That was
he ate a lot of damage really fast. That was a less than 2-second burst before he was gone. Shyvana just popping this turret, well, pushing this turret, not quite popping it yet. She's going for it though, really wants that inner turret there for the bot lane. They're going to push the top one as well.
Well, there it goes down. It looks like they're going to
3.
split Calvini pretty well. As Vladimir has to go down and stop that wave push. Shyvana was looking to flank, though Calvini gets a ward down, so they'll see her if she comes.
The final 5 summoners from all teams have been recorded, and we'll be reporting it either tonight or tomorrow, depending on exactly how late this tournament goes. Though pretty tight right now, so it's probably going to be tomorrow morning. And that means Riot should get the prizes. Oh, that Jinx go down.
Yeah, another just amazing initiation from Lee Sin. As he ultimately falls
Sin
to
goes
the...
down, though, making that an
ace, though. 1 for 5. Sorry, Riot will distribute the prizes within 2 weeks. We generally find it takes less than 24 hours once you report it, assuming they're actually actively prizing out events.
And there's
so
the
it
surrender.
Should not be... Oh, that is a surrender. They didn't let them finish. There's no fun in that, but a well-played game. A tough game for Calvini. It's hard to stay in that long. That was 30 minutes before they gave up, which is not disappointing at all. It was great to watch. Great time. Thank you, Abers, for coming out to cast tonight. Abers is
my
one
pleasure.
of our regular casters. This is our first time duo casting. We had Impossible joining us at the beginning, and Dark Orbs, have decided to cast the last 2 matches with Abers to keep things as interesting, as lively as we can. Thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. This was Not So Stock Gaming's open bracket tournament. We did have the number 6 5v5 NA team dominate tonight's open bracket tournament. Tomorrow is our semi-pro event where gold through diamond solo queue rated players may form teams to participate, followed by our amateur bracket tournament, which is bronze through gold. I'd like to thank all of our participants tonight and all of our viewers for making this actually possible for us to do, as well as Abers and Impossible. Thank you guys once again for coming out. We hope to see you all again.